Politics, a horse race that we don't often indulge in here on this program. But you know what? Sometimes you should talk about it. And it's a horse race, at least according to this Gallup Daily poll. Mitt Romney's doing pretty well. And look at that. 46-45, Mitt Romney leading President Obama right now in what you would assume was a reflection of the popular vote. But that's the popular vote. Has limited value, which we can argue about later.
Al Gore can tell you all about the limited value.
Al Gore can tell you about all of the
there.
usefulness. So let's take that poll and punt it to the corner of the room and talk about things that actually matter when you're electing a president. The Electoral College, the map. You have to win states and their electoral votes to win the presidency. And by most experts, this is what that map looks like right now. Right now, you can see the states in blue are those that can be reliably called Democratic states, while those in red are those that could probably reliably be called ones for Mitt Romney. The states we see in yellow now are the ones we almost as a cliche have termed swing states. Look down here at the bottom. That's the important thing. Right now, with the states as they stand and how they're assigned currently, President Obama leads the Electoral College vote 217 to 191. That's a pretty healthy lead, guys. That's a touchdown and a field goal starting the game off. On your way to the 270 you need to win the presidency. So what we thought is, let's take a look at this map and decide what happens when you start splitting up these states. When you look at reasonable assumptions of which candidate could win these states, how does Mitt Romney get to 270? Here's one possible scenario. Let's say we take a couple of the most important states and President Obama wins a few, as he did, by the way, in 2008. Those states would be Florida, Ohio, Virginia. These are states that swing the election pretty quickly for President Obama. As you can see, we still assign Nevada to Romney, Iowa even given to Romney, and President Obama runs away with the electoral vote, 320 to 218. Let's just try a different example and show you what it looks like in a different scenario. Here we're going to give Mitt Romney Florida. President Bush won Florida several times. It goes Republican, and it's tight in the polls there. Give Mitt Romney those Florida 29 electoral votes. Give him Ohio. It's often said on cable TV, you don't win the presidency without winning Ohio. Well, let's give it to Mitt Romney. Give him North Carolina and Virginia. In this scenario, he loses Nevada. But look what happens to the Electoral College vote. President Obama, 272, to Mitt Romney, 266. You need 270 to win the presidency. The lesson here, I think, is twofold. First of all, this is tight. The Electoral College vote and the path for Mitt Romney to win the 270 he needs to win the presidency is going to be tight. It's hard to put a map together where Mitt Romney has 300 plus in the Electoral College vote. But the second thing is, some pundits are now suggesting that Mitt Romney, number one, because it would be so difficult to win all of the swing states needed to get to 270, and number two, because you might actually have a chance, should look at some what are traditionally Democratic states. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Let's put that map up and show you states that have been traditionally Democratic that some are suggesting Mitt Romney might need to take a look at. Wisconsin hasn't voted for a Republican for president since 1984. Michigan and Pennsylvania, 1988. And Minnesota, it's been since 1972 since a Republican has won Minnesota in the presidential race. But, guys, here's what I want to ask you. Things seem to be changing a little bit. Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania all have Republican governors.